You're listening to No Hipsters Pod.
Hey, baby. Quit. No, I'm serious. Quit the job. It's messing up your nervous system. You don't want to get up in the morning and go. You don't have any energy to do anything time you get home. Quit the job. It is messing up your body. It is messing up your mind. It is messing up your spirit. Create an exit plan and get the fuck out.
Episode 40, No Hipsters Pod. It's your boy Ronte, the founder of NoHipstersLaw.com. And this week, our co-host is my girl, lifestyle blogger, Ogechi.
Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Of course. A lot has happened this week, so let's get right to it. This past week, we found out that Porsha Williams from The Real Housewives of Atlanta is engaged again.
Being messy.
And she is engaged to Simon Guobadia, who is the ex or soon-to-be ex-husband of Fallon Guobadia, who is a quote-unquote friend of the show. She's not like an actual cast member, but she was introduced this last season as Portia's friend. Yes, that's literally like the label they gave her. So, and literally, they're not divorced yet. So this is quick, and the internet basically went up in smoke when she made the post about her being engaged. And actually, I didn't realize that people cared about Porsha that much, but like the traffic that this story has gotten on the blog is insane. But yeah, this is what's going on right now. So I guess my first question is, how trifling is Porsha?
Okay, so I might be a little different from everybody because when I first heard the story, I was just like, I immediately went to the fact that she is a reality show like person, so she's operating in such manner. So do I think she's trifling? Not per se. I think she's just trying to get to the bag. And from what I just heard recently, she just got signed for like a limited series on her life.
Right.
Yeah. So if that, with that being in the making and everything, you need content. And the fact that I feel like people are thinking that she's messy is because they think that girl's her friend. But if you know how reality TV shows work, they actually they pay people or try to fit people into storylines. And with her age, Porsha is the person that is closer to her age. So it just makes sense because I had to go back and rewatch that episode when she came to the house.
Yeah.
And they're not friends. You could tell they're not friends.
Of course, we know that they're not like best friends because if they were, we would have seen her on an earlier season, right?
Exactly.
But what I'm thinking is that they at least had some sort of, rapport, at least enough of a rapport for that move to seem shiesty, in my opinion. And also, Fallon had actually made it clear that she only knows Porsha through her husband or her soon-to-be ex-husband because he and Portia's ex-fiance were both like in the restaurant industry. So she explained this on Candy's podcast.
So when you first came onto the show, you came on as a friend of Portia's. So what was y'all history?
Oh, you know what? It was more so through Dennis and Simon.
Okay.
They knew each other. They were in the same industry. We own a nightclub called Republic, and Dennis was in that industry, and Simon was also in the restaurant industry. So they just would collide every here and there. And at some point in time, Porsha and I got to meet, and she was really sweet. She's always been very real and genuine. So we clicked.
But it looks bad. I don't think that's, saying, oh, she's not my friend. That's just not good enough. And especially because it looks like there's overlap. And actually there are rumblings about her being pregnant.
She definitely looks pregnant.
Okay. Oh, so you're one of those.
Yeah. Like as soon as I saw the picture, I was like, oh, is she pregnant? And I'm like, okay, that makes sense of why she's engaged. Cause she tends to do that. But, no shade. But the thing is, Portia's my favorite out of the show, right? So I don't know. I just see it as she's just trying to collect the bag, and I'm not mad at it. The way that she went about it,
it's a little rough.
It's a little rough, but it's going to have everybody tuned into her show.
True.
Right? And now, ratings. So.
Yeah. Well, according to page 6, what she says is that the show had been signed before any of this happens. I don't know if I believe that.
I actually believe it. So, going back to that episode of when they introduced Fallon into the show, if you see the body language and the interaction between what's his name, Simon?
Yeah, Simon
and Porsha, it was kind of weird because I remember even watching the episode and I was like, their interaction doesn't even seem natural. Like it just seems like so tense. And even the girl Fallon, she looks like she was uncomfortable. Like that scene just didn't make any sense to me.
So it's funny that you say this because even before any of this happened, I remember when that episode aired, my sister had said that he was like, basically checking out.
Exactly.
And so I guess
Porsha was twerking by the pool.
Right. So I guess she was onto something because it's funny because we referenced that comment like when this all happened. So I guess my sister was correct. But this is first of all, by the way, he's not only Nigerian, but he's actually from my state, which is
oh wow. See, he's your peoples. It's your peoples.
A very, very fun fact. But yeah, like this whole thing is quite interesting. And mind you, she was supposedly dating this other girl back in April, she says.
I saw.
And she all of a sudden rushes to the internet with all these receipts, which I'm not even really sure what anyone's supposed to get out or what she gets out of this. I mean, I guess she's
trolling. I don't believe it. She's trolling because he came up with his own receipts to the point that I think he even put like, oh, I'll give $50,000 to anybody that could prove that I was cheating during that time.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Huh.
So, yeah, she's trolling. It's a big story, so she must be connected.
Right.
She got her 15 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, this is quite something. Like literally, I haven't seen this much interest in anything for a long time. Like, I can't believe how much people care. But yeah, very interesting. And Porsha is definitely cold-blooded. And it's funny, there's this saying that your replacement is always closer than you realize. And I think this is a perfect example of this. So.
And be careful who you have around your husband. Seriously, like me and my coworkers, we literally had the conversation at work, and I literally told her, like, you can't have everybody in your house. Like, you really have to be mindful of the people. I don't even know if I should say this, but like,
no, go ahead,
like, okay, for instance, as a single person, right? Like, the type of friends that you have, the way that certain friends move. When you get to that journey of like being a wife and like trying to like have a life with somebody, and you're like, oh goodness, I'm going all over the place. You're trying to cultivate and build a home with somebody, right? Everybody can't come. Everybody is not going to be a part of that journey. And who, like, I've had friends that I just knew that they can't be around because I know how they move. And it's not per se that they're bad people. It's just, hey, this is the type of person that I would never leave you around my husband. I would never leave you around my man or whatever, because this is the type of woman that you are. And it's same goes for guys. Huh. Right? No?
Right. I mean, I'm not a jealous person so I'll say this. I think that...
No, it's not even about jealousy, though. It's about just the person's personality, like just the type of person that they are.
Yeah, but I don't even know if I'll even be friends with someone who would be that shy, number one. But number two, I will say that if anyone is able to make your girlfriend do anything or make her cheat on you, then that means what you guys had wasn't that special, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Like if it was really that special and it was really like I think you should be able to trust the person you're with. And if at any point you start to, suspect them of anything, then I think the relationship is as good as over. Like I tell people all the time, if you ever get to the point where you're having to search someone's like email or their phone, I think that relationship is already over. You just don't realize it.
Facts. But I agree.
So yeah, that's kind of where I am with it. So I mean, not that I would want anyone to do something crazy, but I'm not going to hound like a girlfriend or wife because I think that she might cheat. Because if she's going to, she has free will, and if she really wants to, I think she could do it whenever she wanted.
That's true.
So
that's true.
Yeah. Yes, that's my position.
But sorry for Fallon. She'll be all right. She's a pretty girl.
She is.
Just get some healing, get some therapy. She'll be back in these streets, and she'll find another rich man. So she'll be fine.
Let's talk about Chris Brown. So this past week, this girl on TikTok, whose username is Specs and Blazers, who happens to be Nigerian, we're all over, made this video. She responded to this challenge on TikTok that asks the most disrespectful thing a black man has ever said to you.
What's the most disrespectful thing a black guy has ever said to you as a black girl?
Child, I got this one. I was 26 years old, standing in line at a very exclusive Los Angeles club. I live in Los Angeles, and I was with two light-skinned girls and one white girl. And we're walking into the club, and a very famous R&B singer, okay, walked up to me and looked at my girl and said, you can get in, but no darkies. I kept walking because I was like, huh? He's like, I said no darkies. And I was literally escorted off the property. Let's just say in that particular day, my dating preferences completely changed. And I just want to say to him, look at me now.
So just based on that no darkies phrase, everyone already, concluded that was Chris Brown, because he's apparently said that in public enough times for people to know that that's his thing. And even 2 years ago, Tokyo Vanity, who was on Love of Hip Hop Atlanta, had actually said that she was at a club with Chris, and he used that phrase, no darkies.
Christopher Paul Brown, bitch, stop playing with me. Okay, all that talking about can you take me out and all that, like, bitch, that shit not funny. Second of all, bitch, I'm not even your type, bitch. You into things of, lighter complexion, coke, heroin, Molly, acid, embalming fluid, cigarettes. I'm just saying, Puerto Rican women, white women, Asian women, and that's all fine because that's your preference and we are entitled to a preference. Bitch, all I'm doing is calling it like I see it. When we was in the club in Miami and when we was in the club in LA, bitch, in your section, your rules was no darkies. You wouldn't let my homegirl in LA, but you let all her friends in. And in Miami, you wouldn't let my other homegirl in, but you let all her friends in. But y'all was talking about no dark-skinned women. All I'm saying is, like a gangster, how you feel, stand on that shit. Because me, however I feel about anything, I'ma stand on it 10 toes. Bitch, don't come changing your opinion and how you feel about shit because everybody bashing you. And furthermore, I told my homegirl not to even be in your section because, bitch, she don't even do cocoa.
So it's not just that he's a colorist, but that he actually uses terms from like the 1950s. And of course, the girl also ends the TikTok with look at me now, which was, I guess, a hint that she was talking about Chris Brown. Yep. Yep. She was pretty slick. So based on all that, I think people understand that was Chris Brown.
Yeah.
And I've never seen this much consensus about him being a horrible person as I see now, because usually there's always quite a loud dissension that this or that, people making excuses. I'm not seeing a lot of that this time, which is strange or good, I'll say. And so what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Well, this is not the first time Chris Brown has been in the public eye for some colorist mentions of, just women, period. So then he had a song and it was talking about he only messes with black women with good hair, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That did happen. That did happen.
For someone to be so talented, it's just really sad that he just keeps, even though you have to separate talent from a person's personality. That's just who he is. And I hate when people come back and say, well, that's my preference. You can have a preference, but don't just degrade the whole, all black women because you just prefer whatever you prefer, Right. So, I'm at this point, I'm really over him. And, I feel like this is an issue that we're just never going to get over because Chris Brown's not the only person that thinks like this. There's a lot of men that think like this.
True.
So they've been brainwashed and they're still brainwashed. And it's,
Right. And my thing is, it's I'm sure a lot of people, of course, harbor these colorist, quote unquote, preferences. But the fact that he's so shameless about it and is just out here, like the fact that people know that that's you.
Yeah.
Just from that one clue, I think is terrible.
It is. And
I think, unfortunately, Chris Brown is kind of like Teflon. He can go through anything. He's beat up Rihanna. He's done this. He's punched random fans here and there. He's been accused of, harassing Karrueche Tran. He holds up against a lot of controversy. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if this will be, his downfall or anything, but I think... I really do think that we need to re-examine Chris Brown and how we treat him and how we, in some ways, I think, protect him, honestly. And as a community, I'm talking about just the Black community and how there's just people always ready to ride for Chris Brown. And
because he's talented. I remember a lot. I was a Chris Brown fan, but it's to the point that when I started hearing all these things, it's it just sucks. It's kind of it's the same thing with R. Kelly, another talented individual, but he's a child molester. So it was like,
Right.
and you have to go back and look. I'm always psychoanalyzing people, but like with Chris Brown, you have to look at his upbringing, you know, like his mother is also problematic because it was a time that she made a lot of like colorist comments as well. So like, this is what he grew up into. So if someone grew up into, not saying that, yes, you grow up, you should be able to, you have to learn for yourself and change. But if this is how you grew up, and also like you, there's like privileges that come with certain, you know, skin tones, and he is a light skinned man. So there's certain, like, also, you know, with that as being said as well, he could just he's getting away with a lot of things because of all of that. So I don't know. He's just out there in the open, but this is literally an everyday thing with multiple people, you know?
Right.
So.
And the things that, look, like I said, there are many colorist people out there, but like you can be colorist without like just going out of your way to degrade people and embarrass people and not that I'm saying it's okay to be colorist, but I'm sure there are tons of people, famous black men, who have similar criteria, but they aren't on record being that nasty to people. Like, can you imagine how that would feel if you're all dressed up at a club and then someone's telling you because of something that is completely out of your control that you are so unattractive that you can no longer be there. Like,
no, but you know that's what they do, and like especially like Miami, they kind of let everybody in, but in LA, that's what they do. Like I've literally been to the club. Like my cousins really took me to the club, and they were like, "You can get in, you can get in, you can get." I was like, "Oh wow, this is just like TV. Like they really do this shit."
Yeah,
like,
they really do. And don't get me wrong, these clubs are generally very racist.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think it's really bad for a black man to do that to a black woman just in public. And
yeah, it's horrible.
I mean, it will be bad in private as well, but like just the fact that you felt so unashamed of speaking those words. I mean, the whole thing is just, I can't wrap my mind around it, but yeah.
I mean, this is the struggle that black women go through every day, right? So, and there's nobody that really like stands up for us. So Chris Brown is just 1% of how a lot of people really feel, and it's sad. It's really sad, but that's the reality of it.
All right, well, it's time.
Do better.
Let's talk about the Verzuz between SWV and Xscape. And I thought that was one of the best ones yet.
Really? I thought it was so bad. I did not enjoy it. I'm not going to lie.
Really? Are you like not a fan of either of them?
No, I'm a fan of both of them. But it was just so like unorganized. And you would think like at this point Verzuz they would have gotten it together.
I thought it was actually pretty good.
Really?
I mean, no, of course, I think I did I left for like 20, 30 minutes, like in the early section where they were just playing all these songs that I didn't really know, especially Xscape. But when they got into the hits, I was there and I was like, wow, this is really good. I will say like SWV was low on energy and they also didn't really dress for the occasion, in my opinion. But, no, but I mean, I think that took away from the experience. But music wise, these women have amazing hits, hits that age well. It's funny. Another thing that I realized, because I tend to do this, is I look up the competitors' stats, and you would have thought that SWV has more hits, but actually Xscape does, technically.
Really? And is it just Xscape songs? Because I know it was at a point that they were playing songs that like Candy wrote for like other artists.
True. No, I'm talking like just purely Xscape songs where they're the lead artist. They have more top 10s and I think also more top 40s. Now, they don't have any number one hits. Xscape does. Sorry, SWV. SWV has a number one hit and probably has more top 5 hits, I think. Mm-hmm. But overall, Xscape hasn't beat on the number of top 10s, which was a shock.
Oh, wow. That is a shocker.
But I think, like Brandy and Monica, Monica, had Brandy beat with the stats.
Excuse me?
Oh God. Here we go.
That was the last time I was on the show. Yeah. No, I'm still going to disagree with you on that. Sorry.
The stats show that Monica has.
No.
But I think the
website you were looking on, it was wrong.
But I think we agreed that Brandy's hits just feel a little grander and somehow age. Well, I think they're a bit equal there as far as how well they age. But with SWV, I think SWV's hits are just like, just iconic, Weak and Right Here and So Into You. And I don't think Xscape has anything that matches with those songs as far as just how they make people feel. So yeah, it was a good show. Overall, I would say SWV probably had them beat, just because maybe I'm a little biased and I prefer their songs. But Xscape had them beat on presentation, on energy, and all that.
Do you feel like Xscape really had energy? They all seem really dry to me.
Nah, I thought they were. I mean,
no, they all feel really dry. And then you could tell, like, you could sense the tension within the groups. I'm like, do they even like each other anymore? Like, it was just.
So I didn't really sense that, but I saw that on the internet. So, I know SWV, I think they're fine, but I know that Coco posted that she had a panic attack right before.
Yeah, because she said that she heard gunshots and saw that somebody got shot.
Right. It's funny. The whole time I was saying, like, what hotel she's staying at, right?
Yeah.
But as with Xscape, people were saying that, I don't think Candy likes these girls, which that should come as no surprise to anyone.
Yeah,
I don't think you ever really get over the kind of stuff that they went through. And just, for anyone who doesn't know, the Scott sisters, I don't know which one, but I think one of them went on the radio back in the day and said that Candy was sleeping with JD and JD's dad. I'm not sure. But
the one that kept going over to the SWV, I don't remember her name. But
one of the Scott sisters. So I don't know if it was Tamika or Latasha. It was probably
Latasha.
Latasha.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think what she had said was, I think Candy did get involved with JD, but not with his dad. And I think she went to the radio and said that she had messed with both of them. And so that was kind of their beef for years. And that's a really damaging lie to put out there. So I get it.
I mean, she's used to it now, being on Housewives.
Winners and losers. Ogechi, I will let you go first.
All right. My losers for the week is all the people that went out and try to bulk up on gas for whatever reason. And now, with the plastic bags and stuff, why?
Yeah, I don't know if it's true.
People don't have.
Apparently, someone's car went on fire because he lit a cigarette in it.
Oh,
I don't know.
True.
I don't know how true it is, but there's a viral tweet that says, someone lit a cigarette in their car with gas in the trunk, and
damn.
Caught fire. People are really stupid. I'm actually, it really is natural selection at play. This is quite dumb. And
no, seriously. These are the same people that went and bought all the toilet paper. And they probably in their house.
And they probably haven't been vaccinated. And they haven't been vaccinated. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And my winners for the week are, I'm going to say shout out to all my nurses, because it's Nurses Week. And, with COVID, we've held everybody down. We're all the superheroes of 2020 and 2021. And go get vaccinated if you haven't been vaccinated yet.
Of course. And thank you. Thank you for your service.
Yes. No problem.
All right. My loser is, this one's obvious. It has to be Chris Brown. I just think that there was just no other choice. I mean, I think he's really, I think he has kind of just done too much over the years. And no Darkies is just, come on, man. So definitely my loser. My winner for the week, actually, my second loser, I will say, is Ellen. So she announced that she is ending her show next year.
Saw that.
Yeah, and she had an interview with the Today Show, and she says that how could my place be a toxic work environment if all my guests say that this is the nicest place, that that's the warmest staff. I'm like, these are your rich and famous guests,
right?
And what are they like? There's no way they're there long enough, number one, to see how toxic your workplace is. But secondly, no one's going to be mean to Kevin Hart when he comes to your show, or Katy Perry. So just the whole thing is stupid. It was really telling, and just lets you know that these people, even when they claim to be progressive or whatever, just aren't. And even when they posture like they're nice people, they just, she can't be that nice, right? I know she likes to dance on her show or whatever. I just don't. Right. I just can't believe that something like that will be brought to her attention, and then she will respond with, "Oh, but my guests say it was such a great place." So, so Ellen is definitely my second loser, and my first winner is Tiffany Haddish, who is top choice to replace Ellen.
I heard that too.
So that should be interesting. Hopefully that happens.
Do you think she's gonna be good?
I think she's I think so actually.
I don't.
Oh, you don't like Tiffany Haddish?
No, it's not. It's not that I don't like her. I just feel like she just. I don't even know how to say it in a nice way.
You don't know how to say it in a nice way?
I don't know how to say it in a nice way. Like, I like her. Like, I like her story, right? Like, you know, coming from the bottom to the top. Like, I feel like she's genuine, but then it's to the point that I feel like Hollywood has a way of like taking crazy people and then trying to like profit off of them. So that's just what I see when I see her.
You think it's just a little like it's just playing to too many stereotypes? You feel like
and it's like she's kind of like she's like another Cardi B to me. Like it's kind of like, you know what I mean? So
like it becomes cartoonish after a while. Right?
Yes.
I get
like,
it. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, they could. Well, I think she'll be great for daytime.
Yeah.
I would watch the show.
Yeah, apparently her run as a guest host was actually pretty successful, and that's why she's being considered.
Okay. I hope she gets it. That would be really good for her. Yeah. But I hope she I'm not even going to say tone it down. Just, you know, I just hope she doesn't be too, like, she's not too extra to the point that it doesn't come off.
I hope that she manages her Clubhouse use, better, because she was like doing a lot of crazy shit on there, like, you know, spreading a lot of misinfo about the vaccine,
right?
And
that's why I feel like the way I feel about her.
Yeah, so hopefully she tones that down.
Yeah,
but yeah, my personal, I'm gonna circle back to the losers, and just have to mention a few people. So Soulja Boy is being sued by a quote unquote Jane Doe for allegedly beating her while she was pregnant and causing her to lose her pregnancy. Now, the person is suing as Jane Doe, but the suit has enough evidence that we can conclude that it's Nia Riley, Teddy Riley's daughter. Because the suit mentions, the person beat her while they were on a reality TV show, and the night vision camera caught it. And so that was Nia Riley and Soulja on WeTV's Marriage Boot Camp. And in an interview earlier this year, actually, Nia had mentioned that she lost her pregnancy because Soulja Boy beat her up.
Soulja Boy kicked you in the stomach, not that he had a fucking reason.
No, we had an incident when I was pregnant. I feel like we always did, and that's why it was never...
But for him to kick you... Did you tell him that you were pregnant with his baby?
He absolutely knew I was pregnant. I was like 15 weeks. I don't think I had even told anybody else that I was pregnant. Because truthfully, in my mind, I didn't know what to do, what I wanted to do. And I was in LA, so I had some time.
So how soon after, like, he kicked you, did you have the miscarriage?
I'm not sure what time it was when that happened, but I know for sure it was like that night.
So Soulja Boy is definitely a loser. And I guess my last loser would be the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because they've announced their inductees for 2021, and Dionne Warwick missed the cut. And, so hopefully next year. But also because there's so many people who are yet to be inducted and have been eligible for a few years. Usher has been eligible since 2018. Mariah Carey has been eligible since 2015, and neither have even been nominated yet.
Wow.
And, so it's just crazy. It's just they're usually quick to nominate certain people. So Jay-Z, this is Jay-Z's first year of eligibility, and he's been nominated and also is inducted. So he passed every stage of the process. But some people, they make them wait for many years. Tina Turner is being inducted as a solo artist, but she's been eligible since 1999 at the latest.
And what do you think the reason that they haven't done it?
I think a lot of it is definitely sexism, and there's probably a bit of racism as well. Mm-hmm. And even when, and you might ask, how is that possible when Jay-Z is being inducted right away? But I think ultimately it comes down to the taste of whatever white man is in charge of it, or the group of white men in charge of it. So I can see Jay-Z having more white male fans than, say, an Usher, right?
Exactly.
So that's, and it's most people probably won't see it that way, but usually when you see the types of black artists that get recognized, it's usually because they are preferred amongst
white people,
mm-hmm. Specifically white men. So yeah, that's why I would say that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is also a loser. And of course, the winner will be, I'll say, Tina Turner for finally getting her dues. It's a long time coming. And of course, the rest of the people who have been inducted, Jay-Z, Joe Scott Heron, Carole King, LL Cool J are also among the inductees. So congrats to all of them.
Nice. Congrats.
And my last winner, I will say, is Andy Cohen and Bravo, because Porsha has given them like 7 new storylines.
Yes, he says he's excited. He's making money. I want to be his friend. Like, tell me how to do it. Like, I need to make my own reality show. No, like seriously, he's
no. Honestly, I'm going to say this now. I haven't said it to a lot of people before, but long term, I want to really see like the pathway to like having my own reality TV empire. I'm not sure how, but I really do think that it's a great. I think it's great. There's a lot of demand for it, and a lot of the people who are doing that right now are actually banking like pretty quietly. Andy Cohen, Ryan Seacrest, Mona Scott Young, like all those people are doing really well. And it's kind of like a quiet, like behind the scenes situation. No one really knows, but this is
what do you mean nobody really knows? Everybody knows. Especially Ryan Seacrest and Mona Scott Young. Everybody knows.
We know, but it's not like they don't really like. It's not like when you're in movies that people kind of like talk, like it's always on the headline. Oh, this movie made X amount of money, so we know who that money's going to. No one talks about the revenues.
Are you serious? I feel like everybody knows, especially Ryan Seacrest with American Idol and all these other shows that he's done. I feel like everybody knows, and Mona Scott.
Okay, I'll see that point. Okay.
And Andy. No, seriously. And it's so funny that you said it, because I literally saw like a clip of him saying that he can't wait to see what happens with Porsha. And I was like, oh, I can see Ronce doing this. And that's crazy that you just said.
Oh, you did? Oh, wow. That's great.
Look at that.
Listen, let's
just don't be messy. But that's what sells, though. And that's what's going to give you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't think people watch reality TV so people can get along. I think they want to see the drama. Actually, you know what? Did I ever tell you that I actually auditioned for a show that was supposed to be in DC?
I think I know what you're talking about. They actually hit me up to be on that show.
Oh, they did? Mm-hmm. Did you audition?
No, because that was the time they were like, anyways, with like the whole marriage thing or whatever. And I was like,
yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
Happened? Yeah.
That would have been perfect for TV though.
It would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. But it would have also been traumatic, and I would have been in therapy forever.
Yeah. So thank God you turned that down.
And I would have had to turn out to be like Porsha. So,
That would be interesting. But so I know that they've actually settled on a cast now. I'm not sure if the show actually made it to a pilot, but I've heard of people who were actually filming and apparently got so dramatic that someone like quit on the first day. So
yeah, I heard about that too.
Oh, good. Yeah, okay, all right. I see. You plugged in.
Yeah. It's not for everybody. Reality TV show is not for everybody. Like I feel like you have to be a very strong-minded person.
Yeah.
To be able to go through things like that and not take things personal, because people just see the fame and they want to just be involved because of the fame. But you have to be really strategic, and you have to know how to play the part.
And you have to be
at the end of the day, it's fake.
Right. You have to be pretty shameless. Like you have to understand that you have to be very comfortable with being embarrassed on, global television, because really
and you have to maintain your composure at the same time.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. I know myself.
This was fun. I would love to have you back, of course.
Of course.
So I know you are taking a social media hiatus, but let the people know where they can find you when you eventually return. And also let us know when you'll be back on social media.
Yes, I'll be back. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm liking this peaceful break right now. People just need to unplug sometimes. But when I do get back on, you guys can find me at 2 Snaps and a Twirl. The number 2 Snaps and a Twirl. On Instagram.com for my blog. What else? I'm everywhere. Twitter, when I do, talk on that. Clubhouse, everything. I'm everywhere.
Okay. Love it. All right, episode 40, No Hipsters Pod. Talk to you next time.
All right, bye.